Rolling with Nat 20. I'm Nat 20, and we're back with more of the Occult Chronicles. We have rolled ourselves a new character, Jackie the Soldier. He's kind of like a gangster character, at least in Lovecrafty, and the guys who roll around with Tommy guns are usually gangsters. And he's got a Colt 45, not a Tommy gun, which can be pretty helpful, and the Reckless Charge ability, which he cannot do because he only has 2 cups. So we'll try to upgrade his cups when we can. Doesn't look like we can do that anytime soon though. We also gave him preternatural defenses so that he gets to draw an extra he gets an extra draw whenever there's a evade trap challenge. Then he starts off with rapid shot and shootist. Whenever a ranged weapon special ability is used, X is added to the bump up applied to any non-face applied cards, where X is the level of the edge. Okay. Misspoke a lot there, but I think it makes sense. Gain X additional uses of all pistol weapons in any combat challenge. Nice. Use my gun twice in a battle. Seems like it could be pretty helpful. Let's get to exploring the mansion. We're still doing the Strange Lights scenario, in which the mansion is the place where aliens have landed and are trying to get their ship together. But there's other stuff going on in the mansion too, so we got to explore all of it. What is this? It's the ghost students. At first they look like small reflections of light playing off the floor from the moon. They appear to dance and circle around the room, which, upon further consideration, seems very odd. Suddenly, you realize that you are observing the ghosts of 4 children playing merrily by themselves. The quiet serenity of the deathly scene is shocking. These children don't seem to realize they're dead. Resist the horror. Your mind is overwhelmed by the utter sadness of the scene. How long have they danced through these empty rooms and halls? You fight to keep your sanity from slipping away. Unfortunately, we don't get a very good draw to do so, so it's gonna hurt our brains. You start to sob at the sight of them until you can't hardly stop. You finally manage to regain your composure, but the anguish in your soul remains. But nothing bad happened. We just feel some anguish because of ghost students. Can try to psychically dismiss them, or I can run away from them. They seem perfectly harmless, but they are ghosts nonetheless. You'll need to motivate yourself to pull yourself away and leave them behind. We're gonna run away, because the ghost students are part of a quest line that I hope to find with the ghost teacher later. But now we know where they are. Gather your strength and turn to walk away. You can still hear the sad song in your head. Oh, well, we got ghost children in there. What do we got in here? A gang of possessed dolls. That's terrifying. Your attention is drawn to the clattering sounds of wood striking wood. You could swear that you hear wooden shoes scampering around in the gloom in front of you. Suddenly, you see a small group of porcelain dolls scurrying towards you, animated by some strange sorcery or curse. These dolls look angry, and they are armed as well. This isn't something that you see every day. A murderous gang of porcelain dolls heading towards you and with obvious intent on spilling your blood. You stand there, amazed, caught between panic because of the danger and laughter at the absurdity of the scene. Dun dun. Will we get lucky? We just need... boom, any sort of purple draw. Not a purple draw. Oh well. Your mind is weak. The appearance of these crazed dolls pushes your panic button, and you feel your sanity slowly slipping away. Very slowly, just one. The toys jump around you like maniacal goblins looking for treats on Halloween. They swing and jab their blades at you. Oddly, one of the dolls is carrying a ragged doll of its own. You quickly remember an old case file about an insane toy maker named Henry Stoff, who captured children's souls and imprisoned them in toys. Could this be Stoff's collection? You realize this is not going to end well. You're going to either have to fight or flee. You can attack them, use sorcery to dispel them, psychically attack them, run away from them, or shoot them. Looking at these numbers, regular attacking, we have to get a 6. 4 on the field, we draw 6 cards. But psychically attacking is 2 less with 1 card less in each slot. I think we want to engage in a psychic battle, as weird as that is. We'll go with that. Yeah. Knight for the win. Let's see if we can pull up some extra points. We cannot, so knight for the win. You manage to inflict enough psychic pain on the spirits within that despite being bound to the dolls, they cannot remain. They tear themselves free, howling all the way back to the spirit world. And I get 1 experience for destroying those things. Hopefully that was the right thing to do. I don't know if they're part of any sort of quest line. I can't remember, but that's sort of on purpose. I set this game up on the shelf for a couple of months at a time so that I don't remember exactly everything, because then I try to min-max everything. That's not great. You hear the sound of straining metal above you, and then a sudden crack. You look up to see a massive glass and metal chandelier falling directly towards you. Do we duck and roll, or do we sidestep? Which is our better option? I think we instinctively duck and roll. It's a tough choice. 5 and 5 is a pretty good spread, but more draws over tricks could be more helpful. Oh boy. I just need something. No, we fail. You fling yourself into a roll, but botch the tumble and can't get completely out of the way. Watch the glass. Now we do have our talisman here, the Storm Cloud, which has a 45% chance of appearing whenever we fuck up something physical like this, and will save us if that's anything bad, which I think we'll do, because it only has a 4% chance of releasing. Now that wasn't anything bad, but it would have saved us, and we didn't lose it, so a win. Ooh, we found ourselves a clue. Cultists recruiting pamphlet. You've found some very odd printed material detailing the benefits of initiation into an unnamed cult. -2 target level for the final encounter. The cult. That doesn't sound like the aliens. Did I mess something up in my initial setup? Man, I wish there was an easy way to tell which scenario you were playing at the beginning. Well, if we don't run into aliens, maybe I accidentally set us with the cultist setup. Locked door. You see a locked door. A locked wooden door, to be specific. There's a worn keyhole right where it belongs, but no sign of a key anywhere. Attempt to pick the lock. You examine the lock mechanism and decide that you might just know how to finesse it. Got a pretty good shot at this, I guess. Boom, just need one more thing that's better on our end, and we do successfully open the door. The lock opens. You're just as talented with a lock as you thought. The mechanism clicks and you turn the knob to open the door. We don't get anything from doing that except access to this hallway. I do not enjoy this hallway. You see these bags here? Some of these bags have peoples in them. Bodies. Zombies. And they can grab at you and it can be scary and unpleasant. It's probably just papers here, right? No. Oh, a gentleman ghost. Interesting. You see ghostly wisps of smoke rising to the ceiling. You follow the wisps to a large, comfortable leather chair sitting in the gloom. Suddenly you see the illumination of a cigar end, and with that, a ghost materializes in the chair. Resist the horror. You are confronted with a supernatural manifestation that sends a chill down your spine. It really shouldn't be that scary compared to the other stuff we see in here. But sure. Oh no, your mind is weak, and the ghost smoke clears. You feel as though you've lost a small portion of your sanity. Just a little bit more, slowly going crazy in here. The gentleman ghost, sitting in the chair, puffs away at his cigar and smiles back at you. He looks like the jovial old uncle that you never had. You sense that he is impatient, though, as his demeanor turns from a smile to a frown. Perhaps he thought you were a servant. I can dismiss the ghost, communicate with the ghost, or flee the ghost. Always talk. You decide to use your psychic talents as a medium to try to find out what the ghost is doing here. You might have information that can help you. What a great draw in our hand, and a horrible draw on our tricks, because we can't use any of that. Fail. You sit down in the chair across from him and enter a trance. Mistaking you for a servant, he thinks you are impertinent and refuses to acknowledge your attempts to communicate. That's okay, didn't do anything bad. Let's talk again. A little more persistence. Knight does not beat queen, but knight does beat 5, so we do win. You sit down in the chair across from him and enter a trance, mistaking you for a servant. He thinks you impertinent, and then, at first, then he realizes that you still might be able to help him. He needs a favor done. Something involving the smoking man that we've seen before. Not in this playthrough, though. Harumph! My good man, I am almost out of my cigars here. Would you be kind enough to go fetch me a few? The ghostly gentleman leans back and puffs out a huge column of ghost smoke. He fixes you in the eyes and says, "There's just one catch, of course. More like an inconvenient challenge, actually. You'll see what I mean." Well, it's gonna be interesting. Ooh, a haunted suit of armor. Your attention is drawn to an old suit of armor standing guard in the gloom. As you strain to make out its features, you realize something is terribly wrong. A sudden chill shoots down your spine and a sense of dread engulfs you. There is dark sorcery involved in this, and it nibbles at your sanity. Your eyes widen in disbelief as the cursed armor turns to meet your gaze. You must fight to keep your sanity. Will we make it? Nope. Your mind is weak. The confrontation with the cursed suit of armor sends your mind reeling. You struggle to maintain your sanity. At least we didn't actually lose any there. The haunted suit of armor is animated by some evil sorcerous artifice. Such a curse would require great power and forbidden knowledge. Its gaze is locked on you, and you sense an intelligence of some sort. Can we talk to it? We can. Let's talk to it. You sense a keen intelligence before you. An aura of sadness permeates its very being. You also sense desire. Perhaps you can figure out what, if anything, this cursed suit of armor wants. Queen over 4 will win us it, which is good, because they had the King of Pentacles. That would not get us anything. The intelligence speaks to you. The sadness and anguish are nearly overwhelming, but you understand that it wants you to break the curse. 500 years ago, a Subotic witch stripped this knight's soul from his body, sealed it into the armor, and bound the key within a small glass bead. The bead was taken by a common thief who perished in this house 30 years ago. The haunted armor cannot use the key itself, but perhaps you can. We must find this dead thief corpse. We'll get some sanity and some experience for accepting the quest. Have you found the bead? The haunted suit of armor gazes expectingly at you, but unfortunately, we haven't even begun searching. What's this? A bookshelf. You see rows and rows of books. Most of the material is quite pedestrian, and what you would expect to find in the library of a large estate like this. However, occasionally you come across an item that is more esoteric, and you wonder what secrets and knowledge might be hidden here. You'll never know, unless you look. Of course. Search the bookshelf. You decide to inspect the bookshelf more carefully. Closely. Same thing. You scan over the titles and occasionally pull out a volume to get a better look. Roll perception. Page over 8 gets us 3. Ooh, I was hoping that'd be better. No. We fail at reading the book. Your search comes up empty. Oh well. And unless that comes up as part of a quest, we can't interact with it again. A secret locked door. You've discovered a secret wooden door. It blends in almost seamlessly with the wall, but your keen senses were still able to detect it. Finding it is one thing. Figuring out how to open it is another. Find the activation mechanism, or bash the door in. Ooh. Let's try to find the mechanism. Even though 4 on 4 is pretty good, we have a better shot of getting this at 5 over 2 if our target is lower, I think. You examine the door and decide you might be able to figure it out. It gives us a little bit. Oh no, if only it had been a wand. Failure. Seems like you're not very good at this sort of thing. Secret doors are stupid. Let's look again. Oh man, our draws. Sanity. Alright, we're going. We're going in deep. We're opening this secret door. Deal with it. Yeah. You search around the door for anything of note and quickly zero in on some promising locations. After fiddling around with several bumps and nooks, the mechanism clicks away and the door slowly opens. We get that sanity back we lost. Oh, it's this door downstairs. Well, fuck that shit. Another locked door? Alright, well, let's pick it. We've already read the text for picking a lock. We don't need to do that again. We just did that a few minutes ago. But we didn't read the failure. It seems you overestimated your ability to master this mechanism, and you scratch your head in dismay, because it hurt our brain, not our hand. I thought we fucked up our lockpick and was like, no, my hand. Open sesame. Open up. One in. We're doing it by so much. Win by a lot, the lock opens. You were just as talented with a lock as you thought, even though you failed several times. But this time you won by so much that you get to pick a bunch of rewards and have a very good chance of finding something like that, an expertise token. Which now that we have 3, we can increase our swords. Yes! 5 swords. And that unlocks the ability to increase our cups next, which is what we will try to get. And in here, is an odd piano room. Oh man, with cultist guardians. Yeah, I think I somehow messed up the scenario roll. I think I didn't make it the strange lights with the aliens. I somehow made it cultists. I think I know how I did that too. I wanted to make sure I didn't reuse a character picture, and so when I was making the character, I backed out, check all of the characters I'd made, and unfortunately, I guess that reset which scenario I was on. So we're not fighting aliens today, we're fighting cultists. A group of cultists emerges from the shadows. They seem to be exceptionally stealthy. They must be scouts or guardians for some organized group that has taken up residence here. This group looks particularly dangerous. They seem well trained, well armed, and by the look of them, well organized. You can't tell exactly how many there are as they move in tight formation to hide their numbers. I can just attack them outright, I can run away from them, or I can shoot them. Well. I think I'll just attack them outright, and if it goes poorly, I'll try shooting them as a backup. Didn't start well. Ooh, I'm gonna go with the knight because I want the points. And luckily it worked out. Dang. I was hoping that I'd win that, but I still win by 1 point, so we shoot him down. You won the battle. The cultist bodies lie strewn across the floor. Maybe you can find something useful on them. Nothing this time. Oh well. Happens. What do we got here? Disturbing tapestry. Your attention is drawn to an old tapestry hanging on the wall that depicts a medieval battle of some sort. It looks like it should be in a museum. Examining the battle scene a little closer, you immediately notice the large red hand that divides two groups of armored knights. Suddenly, the battle seems to come to life. Knights charge the hand on both sides and are knocked to the ground. You stare at it in amazement, wondering if you're hallucinating. Your eyes widen in disbelief as the battle unfolds before you. The ghostly vapor seems to enshroud the tapestry. I'm gonna throw down a king for the win, because I also have the queen. Knowing that the queen can beat anything that's not the king, I'll throw down the queen for that, for the extra points. Ooh, mind is so strong. You've seen things far worse than just tapestry battles. You remember the night you spent in the museum at Miskatonic University. If you could survive that, then this should be no problem. We get something out of it. 2 sanity back. Yeah, it's like we've never been hurt in the brain at all. The tapestry is obviously animated by some type of sorcery. Might even be possessed by a malign spirit. You should proceed with caution. It isn't unheard of for something like this to function as a doorway or a portal to another dimension. Once in, you might not be able to get back. Let's leave it alone for now and go step to the haunted pipe organ. You see before you a large and ornate Baroque pipe organ. The bench before it sits empty. Suddenly your ears are filled with the haunting sounds of music resounding from the organ's pipes. The melody is terrifying, and you watch astonished as the ghostly vapor encompasses the musical instrument. You struggle to keep your fear in check. Resist the horror. The haunting music threatens to drown you in a sea of melancholy and despair. Something supernatural possesses this musical instrument. You must resist its efforts to chip away at your sanity. Will we make it? Well, with the king, I sure as shit hope so. Yeah, king gives us 6 points, which is what we needed. Go, king! You've kept your sanity. You shield yourself by humming a simple show tune that's bothered you for the last few months. You chuckle ironically at the fact that such a bad jingle that annoyed you for so long actually came in handy. Excellent. More sanity than we began with. You stand before the pipe organ and struggle to make sense of what you've just seen and, more importantly, heard. There is a powerful spirit bound to the musical instrument via some nefarious sorcery or curse. You can feel the anger and rage building within it. You suspect it is getting ready to assault your mind again. We can attack it, dispel it, psychic duel it, talk to it. I want to talk to it. You seek to use your talents as a medium to contact the spirit inhabiting the pipe organ and divine what it is that binds it to this world. You can figure out what it is holding from returning to the spirit world. What is holding it from returning to the spirit world? Alright. Hey, organ, see? What's your deal? Why are you playing? I want you to stop playing and stop fucking with my mind. Your mind establishes contact with the spirit. You recognize immediately that what you are dealing with is the agony of hundreds of tormented souls. Not just souls, but a psychic pain that resonates in the pipe organ. And they want something from you. They want something from the grandfather clock. Then we have to find the organ master who stole the parts. and collect a music sheet from him after destroying him. We get another piece of experience from getting that. And we'll get the flavor text right here. You think that you finally understand what you were confronting. The disembodied death agony of thousands of souls, hundreds of souls, have accumulated in the pipe organ either by design or accident. The negative energy manifests itself in a single entity, a self-aware super spirit of anger and rage. You suspect that you are witnessing the end result of many a black mass and vile sacrifice. It wants your help to free itself, to seek retribution. Many years ago, it was sabotaged by the will of its creator. It needs you to seek out its missing part, and a sheet of music that can release its trapped rage. First, find the grandfather clock where its missing parts are hidden. Then, confront and destroy the evil organ master ghost that weaved the binding spell and hid the missing parts. It possesses a sheet of music that, when played, will break the curse. Return to me when you are done. Alright, I think we'll have to end this one here. We'll pick up with Jackie, the gangster who's not really acting like a gangster much at all, later. See you guys.